The boy cried as his foot hit the bed. But what his baby brother did was amazing. He cried in agony after slamming his foot against the bed, but no one believed how much it hurt. Parents dismissed it until his baby brother crawled over. What the little one did next left everyone stunned, proving that even the youngest can give comfort in the most amazing way. Before watching, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss another heart-gripping story like this one. The afternoon was quiet until it happened. The older boy, barely 3 years old, was running circles around the bedroom, chasing after a toy car he had rolled under the bed. He was laughing at first, but when he crouched down and tried to pull the car out, his foot slammed hard against the wooden bed frame. A sharp crack echoed. He froze. Then the pain hit him like fire. "Ah, my foot. Mommy," he screamed, tumbling back onto the carpet, his tiny face scrunched up, his eyes squeezed shut, and tears streamed down instantly. He grabbed his left foot, pulling it close to his chest, rocking back and forth in agony. From the kitchen, his mother called out, "What happened now?" The boy sobbed louder, "I hit it. The bed hit me. It hurts. It hurts." The father's voice, tired and impatient, followed. "It's just a bump, Liam. You're always crying over something. Stop making it worse." But for the boy, it was no small thing. At his age, pain felt enormous. His heart pounded, his throat ached from screaming, and frustration bubbled up. He kicked his other foot against the carpet, crying harder. "No, it hurts bad. It's not little." He wanted comfort. Arms around him, someone to whisper it would be okay. But the footsteps didn't come. And then there was movement beside him. His baby brother, only 10 months old, dressed in a light blue shirt and gray pants, had been sitting on the floor with a toy block in his hand. Startled at first by the loud crying, the baby dropped the toy and crawled closer, his round face turned serious, his eyes wide, his lips parting as though he was trying to understand. The older boy noticed through his tears. "Go away," he snapped, his voice cracking. "You don't know anything." He tried to push his brother's little hand back, but the baby didn't retreat. He blinked once, twice, and then leaned forward again, his small fingers brushing against his brother's foot. The older boy gasped sharply and yanked his foot back. "Don't touch it. It hurts. You'll make it worse." From the hallway, their mother appeared, wiping her hands on a towel, frowning. "Liam, stop yelling at your brother. He's just a baby." "He's touching me," Liam cried, his face red, his cheeks wet with tears. "He doesn't understand," the father followed behind, arms crossed. "You're the older one. Don't act like a baby yourself. It's just a bruise. Stop scaring him with all that screaming." "I'm not a baby," Liam shouted back, his little chest heaving. "It really hurts." His voice cracked into another sob, his pride wounded as much as his foot. The parents exchanged glances, but didn't step closer. Maybe they were too tired from endless days of noise. Or maybe they thought their son had to toughen up. Either way, the boy felt abandoned, left to cry alone on the carpet. And the baby brother, he didn't stop watching. He lowered himself onto his knees, wobbling, then reached again for Liam's foot with determined little fingers. This time, he didn't grab roughly like babies usually did. Instead, he traced the sore toes, touching them gently, almost curiously. Liam's first instinct was to pull away again, but something in his baby brother's face made him pause. The baby looked concerned. His big eyes were fixed on the injury, his lips moving in soft babbles, as if speaking some secret language of comfort. "What are you doing?" Liam sniffled, his voice weaker now. "Why? Why are you looking at me like that?" The baby babbled louder, tilting his head, his hand resting clumsily but firmly on Liam's foot. His touch wasn't painful. It was warm. His eyes flicked up to meet Liam's tear-filled ones, and he squeaked out another soft sound, something between a laugh and a coo. Liam's sobs slowed, his breathing steadied. For the first time since the accident, he wasn't thinking about the sharp sting in his foot. He was thinking about the little boy beside him, his brother, who seemed to be saying without words, "I see you. I care." The mother standing in the doorway raised a hand to her mouth. "Do you see this?" she whispered. The father frowned, leaning forward. He's not pulling or biting. He's helping." On the carpet, Liam rubbed at his eyes with one hand, still clutching his sore foot with the other. His voice shook as he whispered back to his brother, "You're just a baby." How do you know?" The baby giggled suddenly, delighted by the attention, and squeezed Liam's toes gently, as though testing if they were still okay. Instead of screaming, Liam let out a shaky laugh through his tears. That tickles." The pain was still there, but it didn't feel as scary anymore. Not when his baby brother was holding on like that. And in that moment, as the parents watched in silence, the house wasn't filled with screaming or scolding. It was filled with something else. Something small, unexpected, but powerful. A baby's first act of comfort. Liam sniffled again, his voice soft. "Don't let go. Okay." And the baby, too young to understand words, but old enough to understand love, didn't move his hand away. The house stayed unusually quiet for a moment. Liam's sobs had dwindled into sniffles, his baby brother still crouched over his foot, touching it with surprising gentleness. But then the baby gave another squeeze, and Liam winced, sucking in a sharp breath. Don't press too hard," Liam muttered, his voice small. His mother's eyes sharpened. She hurried forward and knelt beside him. "Wait, let me see your foot." The father crouched down too, finally breaking the wall of indifference he had built up. He reached for Liam's leg, but the boy pulled back instantly. "No, you didn't believe me before. You said I was just crying like a baby." His little voice cracked under the weight of betrayal. The father swallowed hard. "I know, son. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Please let us look. We need to make sure it's not bad." The mother nodded quickly, her own voice breaking. "Liam, sweetheart, I thought you were just scared. I didn't realize it really hurt this much. Please show me." Tears welled in Liam's eyes again, but this time they weren't only from pain. He looked down at his baby brother, who was still holding his foot protectively, as though guarding it from everyone else. Slowly, Liam loosened his grip and extended his leg. The mother gasped softly. Across the top of his small foot near the toes, an angry red mark had already formed, swelling around the skin. The spot pulsed, tender to the touch. "Oh my God," she whispered. "It's worse than I thought." The father's face tightened with guilt. He touched his son's shoulder gently. "I'm sorry, Liam. I should have listened when you said it hurt. I brushed you off. And that wasn't fair." Liam blinked at him, lips trembling. You didn't. Andy's stronger than anything. Believe me." "I know," the father admitted, voice heavy. "I made a mistake." "But your brother, he believed you, didn't he?" Liam looked down at the baby again. The little one babbled softly, eyes flicking between his brother's face and the swollen foot, as if to say, "I know it hurts, but I'm here." The mother brushed back Liam's hair, tears shining in her eyes. "You see that? He's still a baby, but he tried to help you before we even did. That's amazing." Liam sniffled, leaning toward his brother. He touched it soft. He didn't laugh at me. He just stayed. The father shook his head slowly, marveling. "I've never seen anything like this. He's too young to even talk, but he understands you." The baby giggled suddenly and patted Liam's red mark again, gentler. This time, as though learning from his brother's reaction, Liam let out a shaky laugh. "See, he knows now. He's careful." The parents exchanged a glance, both stunned and ashamed. They had underestimated both of their children, the older for his pain, the younger for his compassion. "Son," the father said, voice firm but soft. "We'll take care of that foot right away. And I promise next time you cry like that, I won't ignore you. I'll believe you." The mother kissed the side of Liam's head. "And I'll stop thinking you're just overreacting. You were really hurting, and I should have trusted you. I'm sorry, sweetheart." Liam stared at them, then wiped his tears on his sleeve. "Okay, but you really have to listen. It hurts so bad." "We will," the mother said, nodding. The baby, oblivious to the weight of the conversation, leaned his forehead against his brother's leg, and babbled again like he was sealing the promise himself. Liam grinned weakly. "He's my doctor, my baby doctor." The father chuckled through the heaviness in his chest. "Looks like you two already have a bond stronger than anything."